Hi everyone on Instagram. Oh my, I'm hoping this is going to work. Hi everyone, Zoe Cairns here. Hope you're all well. I'm live here going across to all of my platforms. I'm using new software, so I'm super nervous in giving it a try. But I'm going for it and seeing if it works. So hopefully you can all hear me okay. I'm hoping that I'm streaming to, yep, I can see everyone coming in now. If you can just put in the chat if you can hear me okay, that'd be great in your comments below. I'm streaming on Instagram as well, so welcome in there as well because this tool doesn't allow me to do that. So I'm streaming across about 7 different platforms at the moment, coming in for my live Q&A, which is going to be happening every day at 12 o'clock, Monday to Friday. So welcome all in. If you are just coming in, please do say where you're from, introduce yourself, and I'm gonna get started in a moment. I've got so many questions from you all, which is super great. It's great to see that you're sending in your questions ready for the Q&A. I'm super excited to share you the answers. What I would love from you though is when you are coming in, just type in the comments. If you're on Twitter in Periscope, type in the chat. If you're on Instagram, type in the chat. If you're on Facebook, type in the chat in the comments. Any questions you've got, because I've got lots of questions here, and I'd love to answer your questions live as well. It'd also be great if you just put in the chat too, whether you can hear me okay. That'd be brilliant. And the great thing about this is if you ask a question, I can bring your question up on screen too. So super good. So I'm here. Yesterday I went live. I did a Facebook Q&A around about 3 o'clock, I think it was. We had a whole hour on here where we were answering different social media questions and speaking to lots of you that are running businesses at the moment that are finding it challenging in the uncertain times. So coming live today, I really wanted to make sure that, again, I'm answering questions that you really want to hear about. So a few of you sent the questions afterwards, and a few of you put that into the comments after our live as well. So got some really great questions coming across. Again, if you are on here, just type in the chat, let me just type in the chat your questions in the comments. Instagram, I can see quite a few of you coming in, which is great. So yeah, do type in the comments. I'd love to hear where you're listening in from. I can see there's a few of you on my ZC social media page, on ZC, on the Zoe Cairns page, on LinkedIn, also on Periscope as well, which is great. It's good to see you in here. So please, if you are listening in, introduce yourself, put where you're from, who your business is, and I'm going to get started. So first question I had come in was from Jack Roach at Williams Chemist. They run a pharmacy over in Strood, and they're real key workers at the moment. They're doing a fantastic job, by the way. He says, is it worth paying for Boost on Facebook? Is it actually worth it for small companies like independent pharmacies, especially now? So Jack, at the moment, people are going to be looking to the pharmacy for key information about COVID-19 and how they, in terms of health and safety, they want the latest information about COVID-19. So at the moment, you could get some really great generic, organic engagement on your page by sharing that. What I would consider is just maybe boosting the odd one. So you might do one boost a week for about £3 to reach 900 to 1,500 people, and get your post out to those people of the friends of the people that already like your page. And that's what I would do. I'd first post the post, leave it around 24 hours to get that organic reach if it's not time sensitive, and I would then boost it for around about £3, because I know that there's independent businesses only have a small amount of budget right now to put out on their Facebook advertising, but that's what I would do to get out to a new audience. Hopefully that makes sense. I've got some people coming in. Hi Isla, hope you're well. It's good to see you on here. Welcome this morning. It's great to see people coming in. So, Jack, I hope that helps. I hope that gives you an idea on, advertising on Facebook. It is definitely worth it. It just all depends down to your goals and objectives. And I mentioned this yesterday. When you're thinking about advertising on Facebook, or you're thinking about just doing a boost post, it all comes down to what are your goals and objectives? Why do you want to boost that post? So, really important. Hi, Kay. Hope you're well. It's good to see you on here. It's really good to see you on here. So I can see a few of you coming in, which is fantastic. So that was about boosting on Facebook. Another question from the lovely Samantha Holdstock. Samantha says, what's the best way to get customers when you're starting your business? I do find the internet very overwhelming. What are the best tools to use? So first of all, Samantha, and I think I really mentioned this yesterday, it's really important to create your target audience sheet to make sure that you understand who your target audience are. I really do emphasize this, and lots of people just go out there and start posting out on all of the social media platforms, overwhelm themselves so much that then what happens is they then stop doing it, and then they're not proactive on at least one where their audience are engaging. So what I would do first, Samantha, is I would start with a target audience sheet. I would actually analyse who your audience are, create that buyer persona, and really think about who your audience are. And once you've done that, there's then looking at what platforms they're hanging out on. And I would just start with one or two rather than overwhelming yourself with it. The tools you could use to do that is looking at the Facebook audience insights that gives you analysis of the types of people that are on Facebook and their demographics. And the other one that you might use is YouGov, and they've got a really great buyer persona website where you can have a look at the audience demographics of the type of people that you're looking at. So I'd have a look at that, but really start with that target audience sheet. When I'm working with our Start Social mentees, we go through what are their goals, what they're trying to achieve, and who their audience are, because that really then determines whether or what platforms they need to go on. Really, really important. So if you're just coming in, please say hi. It'd be great to see you in here. I can see a lot of you coming in, which is fantastic. I've got about 7 of you watching on my Facebook personal profile. I've got lots of you watching on Twitter, which is fantastic. It's brilliant. So if you are watching in and you do have a business, let us know where you're listening in from, what your business is. It'd be great to hear. Do type in the comments below that you can hear me okay, which would be great. I'm also live on Instagram as well. And I'll carry on with the questions. So that was from Samantha Holdstock, looking at the different tools you might use to find different audiences. I've also got one from Graham Baker. Graham says, I missed the live yesterday, but I had a question about online course platforms and what you would recommend. Now, it all comes down to what type of online course it is, Graham, and down to budgets as well, because there's so many tools out there in terms of what you might use for an online course. Your online course could be audio, it could be a podcast course, it could be a video, so video based. It could just be resources such as PDFs and worksheets. So really think about that first. What is the type of course that you're going to be putting out there? Then think about the type of budget you have, because there's so many different tools out there. If you're starting from a really low budget or no budget at all, then MailChimp, Dropbox, and those tools will really help you in hosting, and even Vimeo's £10 a month, so you could even use Vimeo as well. So there's lots of different ones. And then going up, you've got Lead Pages and ClickFunnels, and then you've got the other one is, it's got a really funny name and I'm trying to think of it now. It's not Webinar Jam. There's another one. I'm trying to think of it. It'll come back to me in a minute. And yeah, it's got a really funny name, and it will come back to me. But Graham, I will put it in the comments below. I will remember it. So it just depends on, number one, what your goals are, what is the course, and what is the your budget for it. Okay, hope that helps. Kay says, I am great, thank you, lovely. Mobile hairdresser, itching to get back to work. I think we're all like that at the moment, Kay, but it's great to hear from you. We've got Patsy from Hertfordshire. Welcome in, Patsy. It's great to see you here. It's brilliant. And then we've got Isla, starting an online travel business just before the lockdown. I'm so excited, but not sure how to determine my ideal customer, as everyone loves to travel. I would really look at a niche. It could be travel in wildlife, it could be travel in exercise, extreme sports, it could be family holidays, Isla. So really think about that audience. Maybe what you might go and do is go and use the Facebook audience insights to type in travel and see what other interests those people have got. Or look at, you can actually look at pages. So if you went and looked at Lonely Planet on Audience Insights, it will tell you all the interests of all those people, and maybe come up with some sort of niche for you. That would be really good. If you are just watching in and you think that you know someone that will find this useful, please do tag them in the comments below. I've got lots of people coming in from Instagram as well. So hi Josh, hi Chester Wizard, hi Memographics, hi Bitbalm. If you are watching on Instagram, please put in the comments. If you want to go and watch live on Facebook, please go into my bio and click on the link. Kay's put, recently just started a company called Darcy's selling beautiful smellies to keep me busy whilst in lockdown. That sounds great. Sounds really good. Hi Jules, hope you're well. So when you're doing online courses, Graham, I would just also emphasise that it's making sure that you do use the right tools and making sure that you, if it is a cost to it, that you're actually earning that money back. Now, I've worked with so many entrepreneurs that have tried to, I've helped streamline what they're doing and eliminating a lot of tools they've been using as well, which has really helped them save costs. So from the outset, I'd really think about your goals and your objectives on it. Really, really important. Hi Memographics, hope you're well. We're just doing a live Q&A. Would love to know your social media questions in the comments below. That would be great. Furniture Hut Chesterfield, hope you're well. I'm just doing a clinic on live if you are just coming in. Jack says, thanks for the info, Zoe. We'll definitely look into boosting post. Oh, he's got another question. Let's have a look. I have another question. Is it better to share posts from official sources such as Public Health England and NHS England, or create posts ourselves with the information in? Jack, I would do a bit of each, okay? What happens with the Facebook algorithm is that if you create your own content and you're getting your audience to engage, then great. But if you're engaging on other pages and sharing their content, that's great too. So what I would do is I would go and comment on the NHS England and Public Health England pages as Williams Chemist. So you can actually change who you comment as rather than the individual. You do it as the business, and I would comment as them. So then Facebook can see you're engaging with that page. I would then share it, but then I'd then think about maybe a couple of days later, if it's not time sensitive, I would then create a piece of content around that information that you've engaged in to deliver it to your audience as well. So there's two takes on the potential of those people seeing that. Really hope that helps. Who else have we got coming in? I can see some of you coming in on Facebook, on my Facebook personal and on my Facebook business page on ZC Social Media, which is great. If you are just coming in, please put your questions in the comments below. I'm here to answer your questions. We've just had the lovely Jack Roach from Williams Chemist, and we've had a question from Graham Baker and Samantha Holdstock as well, which is good. So I've got some more questions here, which I'll go into in a moment. If you are thinking about what you should be posting right now, you know, it is a time that's sensitive, and we are in uncertain times. And what I was saying yesterday in our live video was that it's really important to make sure that what you are posting is relevant for right now. So if you do have a scheduler on that is still going, you know, selling out your products and services, but with the same captions you had before lockdown, I'd really emphasize you to go back and just look at them and make sure that they're right for right now. It's really important to make sure that you're considering your audience and making sure that the captions are getting them engaged and getting them involved, because right now it's a brilliant time to be really building your audience. It's really, really key. So I just really emphasize that. Like I mentioned, for those of you just coming in, please do put your questions in the comments below. Sparkly Sam just coming in on Instagram, welcome in. That's great. So next question. What is appropriate for my brand right now? So as a brand, and this is coming from Sam, Sparkly Sam, what's appropriate for your brand right now? So what's appropriate is that it's really important right now. We've all seen, some of us, I will add, some of us have seen a massive impact on our businesses. Right now is great to keep your brand strong. So I've been speaking to lots of different businesses, okay, and they're saying to me, you know what, I'm going to stop posting altogether. And I said, that's the wrong thing to do. Don't stop posting. It's really important right now for you to maintain and keep your brand strong and continue to post out on social media. Educate your audience, entertain them. I put out a post, I think it was on yesterday. There's a blog on our website, and if you would like the download worksheet, if you type in worksheet in the comments below, I'll share with you the worksheet that's got the actual topics that you should consider in what you should post right now in these uncertain times. And if you're watching the replay, do comment that below as well. But you know, it's really important right now that you do maintain your online presence, even though we are in uncertain times, because if you don't, you're going to disappear. And it's important right now to maintain your brand strong, to engage with your audience, because everyone is online. Everyone is engaging online. They're looking to communicate. They're looking for that distraction as to what's going on in the world right now. They're getting used to the new everyday world as such, as what's happening right now. So therefore they're online, they're engaging online, and now is a great time for you to really make sure you go and engage and build that audience. Is really important. So what we did for the last 2 weeks is that we thought about, right, okay, how can we just give free content and make sure we can get out there and provide our audience with some really great information that really satisfies their needs and requirements. This week, I'm going live every single day. And then next week, I've got an online course that I'm delivering. So it's really exciting stuff. You know, it's really about making sure you're showing up. Facebook Lives are great to engage with your audience. You know, I love coming on here every day. I'll be on here all day, every day if I could, because I love doing this and I love engaging with people. If you are just coming in, please do put in the comments below your questions. I've been talking, sharing some questions already with people. Rosie, I've just seen that you want the worksheet. That's fine. Hi, Michelle. Hope you're good. Do type in the comments below if you would like a worksheet that I'll send you afterwards, which is about what to post in uncertain times. And I will send you the recording of the webinar, all about it as well, so you can use it along with it. Right, I've got lots coming through on Facebook here. I've got Robert Duffy that says, have been growing our page likes during this time. Robert, how have you been doing that? Please type in the comments below how you've been doing that. It's really important to be building up your audience, but remember, it's not all about how many likes you've got on your page. It's about how engaged your audience are, which is really important. There's so many people out there wanting to grow their audience so big, when it's all about making sure that the audience we have got are engaged with us. It's really, really important. Gone are the days where it's all about getting lots and lots of followers. Because of the algorithm now, only about 10% of our followers will see what we're posting out. So it's really important that, again, that you're consistent, you're creating engaging content, and you're engaging with your audience. Robert Duffy's also put, he's been running online live quizzes. I love that, because that's going to keep your audience engaged. Really good one there. And that's really great. What else have we put? And he's also said that his page engagement's been really high. That's brilliant. So we've got lots of people coming in now, which is fantastic. It's great to see you all in here. I know that I've got a little bit of a lag when people are watching, but if you are coming in, please do put in the comments below your social media questions, as this is a social media Q&A clinic. I have got questions in front of me that people submitted yesterday from the live. So if you are watching the replay and you missed it and you've got a burning question, type it in the comments below. And if you are watching and you've got someone that will find this really useful, I'll be so grateful if you share the love and tag your friend in. That's brilliant. So I've answered about what content people might need right now. I've got another post here. How do I post a sale post without being insensitive? A really good one from Sam. lots of people are saying they're not going to post out about selling at all, which is probably the wrong thing to do, because you've still got a business to run. We've still got teams that we need to pay. We've still got overheads to pay. It's really important you carry on with your business. If you've changed the way that you've delivered your business activities, then great. And you've really started to work with the way in which people are consuming content and engaging now and communicating, and you're delivering your service either online trainings or webinars, online masterclasses, which is really good. There's lots of people. I even saw someone was, I think, who was it that tagged me in or invited me? Someone invited me today to a live training hair class or something. I thought, oh, that'd be really interesting. So again, people are taking things online. They're engaging with their audience in the way they need to right now. So how can you pivot your business to make sure that you're still getting in front of your audience? Really, really key. So you still can post. However, it's about changing the captions in the most appropriate way. And I don't mean to jump onto COVID-19 and be seen as profiteering. That would be a no-go unless your product is specific to that, to what's going on. You know, I would do it that you're actually making sure that, you know, people still need, in certain cases, products and services to get them through this uncertain times. But also, you need to make sure that you're still putting out your products and services, and if they are in a different way, you're introducing how you pivot your business for that. Also, just on that as well, it does come down to the caption. You know, I've seen so many people get really bad feedback and bad response on social media and messages because they have continued to sell. But remember, we don't make everyone happy. There are going to be people that do go on there and say this is inappropriate, and it might be insensitive just to that one person. So just make sure that you reply to that person, you have good customer service, people see that you're feeding back to that person as well. Don't have a debate online. Make sure you take it offline and have a conversation, but just make sure that you do respond in some way. Really key. Elizabeth's put, and this is a really good one, Gillian's put, how can I find out the best time to do a live for my clients, please? Really good one. Yesterday, I did a live video at 3 o'clock. We had lots of engagement, lots of people coming in, and it's really interesting to see that now my prime time is between 11 and 12, and so I thought I'd go live at 12 today. And the way that I found that out is by going into my Facebook page and going to my insights, looking under the tab posts, and it tells you what time your audience are most active online. Now, for me, it says between 12 and I think it's about 4 or 5 o'clock. Okay, and normally it was up from 2 o'clock right up to 9 o'clock at night, but because of what we're going through right now, times have changed. So I thought, you know what, go out at 12 o'clock today because that's when my audience are most active. And guess what happened? There's not as many people on here today as there was yesterday, which is somewhat surprising. So I'm going to go back to my 3 o'clock, I think, tomorrow, and really, really engage around that time in the middle. But Gillian, you can find out the best time, and the best time to post as well on your page, which is really important, by going to your Facebook insights and just checking when your audience are most active. So it's really important, because otherwise you'll be coming on a live, and I've got some great people coming in. My Instagram's more busy today with activity, which is great. So if you are just coming in, do say hello, and do ask your questions on here as well. I know I can see quite a few people coming in and listening, which is really good. I am doing a live social media Q&A clinic for all of your social media questions, so do put your questions in the comment box below. I'm currently streaming out on YouTube, Instagram, on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, all at the same time. So comments are coming through, which is great. On Instagram, if you are just watching in, please do put your questions below. You are a quiet bunch today. I know I've got quite a few of you. I have over about 50 people listening in today, and I've got a few of you commenting. So some of you are quite shy or just want to be anonymous for listening in, which is interesting. Although I can see who's I can see who's engaging in. What else have we got coming in? So Isla's put, I've never used Instagram. Do you post the same content on Facebook and Instagram? Again, it all comes back down to, Isla, is making sure you know who your audience are. So are your audience actually engaging on Instagram as well as Facebook? Instagram are for that slightly younger audience. Facebook are for the over 35s. But I'm finding Instagram that, you know, people are transitioning from Facebook over to Instagram, and it's such a great platform. It's very visual. It's a great distraction. You don't have all the negativity on Instagram or the fake news. It's picture based, and I love going through that stream. And then you've got the latest one, which is TikTok, which a lot of people are starting to use, but again is very much a younger audience, but also getting a very much an older audience now of over 30s. So it just depends on your target audience. Remember at the beginning of this live Q&A I mentioned it's making sure you understand who your target audience are and what you're trying to achieve. So for each platform, we have a different audience and we have different goals for each one. So therefore, that's why it's important to make sure that we know the types of content are going to actually work with the audience we're trying to get in front of on the platform that we're using. So really key. Okay. Let me see who else is coming in. So if you are just coming in, welcome. I can put your chat up on here on the screen, which is really good. I've got quite a few people coming in on Instagram, so welcome in as well. Jamie, Michelle, I've got Rosie in here. I've got Sparkly Sam, which is great. If you are just coming in on Instagram, do put your comments below. Tell me where you're, what company you're with, or what company you run, and how you're getting on with social media. That'd be great. So as we're here, I am coming to a close today. I would have loved more of you in here today, but again, it is down to the timing. I'm going to stick with my normal time, which is definitely 3 o'clock. But I hope that the people that did submit questions in, that you found this useful. Again, if you are watching the replay, do type in your questions in the box below. I would be more than happy to answer your questions. Oh, I've got a question coming in. This is for, I hope I'm pronouncing this right, Memographies. Memographies. I run a photography business and I seem to do better in Instagram, but like to get more locally based clients on Facebook. Any ideas? Well, just depends on, again, your audience. If you're getting great traction on Instagram, fantastic. What I would do is set up your Facebook page, and I would then start posting out. Make sure you've got about at least 3 posts on your Facebook page to make sure that when people come and visit, that they actually see something on there. And then what I would then do is do a boost post on one of those posts, not so much a sales, but a bit of an awareness. It might be a picture that done really well on Instagram that you really want to show people locally on Facebook. So what I would do is take that post and boost it to people local within a postcode area or within a mile radius of your location. And I would really boost that out and just put about £3 on there. It's going to reach 900 to 1,500 people within your local area. But again, that's going to really help you get that engagement on the post. So what you want them to do is come and engage with it, like and comment, and then you can then invite them to the page, which is really going to help you start building that community on Facebook. The other way is to make sure you do a newsletter and tell your current customers about it. You can do Facebook ads where you do a lookalike audience. So you take your current client base and create a lookalike audience with an ad to get out to similar people that might like it as well. So there's lots of things that you can do, but I would first of all start with making sure your page is fully optimized with your location. Make sure you've got a few posts out there and take the one that done really well on the platform and push that. Hopefully that helps. Harry, hope you're well. I can see that you've just come in as well. So welcome into the live Q&A. It's great to see you in here. I'm getting more things come through on Instagram now, which is great. If you are watching and you have just come in, please don't hesitate to put your questions in the comment box below. I'm more than happy to answer them. Or, some people were saying to me, can you make your social media Q&As a topic? And I was going to do a trends topic every month, but I would love to know from you what you would love to learn, which is also really, really good to know as well. You know, I find that people don't like to comment live. They end up messaging me afterwards, which is where I've got all of these questions from. I've got like 2 pages of questions from yesterday's live, which is fantastic. But please do ask your questions live, as it really helps other people as well. Catherine's just put in, that is useful. Thanks, that is useful, Katie. Gillian's put, how do you see people joining from Insta and Twitter and other platforms? Gillian, I've got a platform that allows me to stream to multiple channels, and it's taken Gareth about a week to set it up for me. It's a great tool. However, it takes a lot of configuring and technology based, but what it does is when I stream out, I stream live. So if you went over to my Twitter account now, onto my Zoe_Cairns Twitter account, you will see that I'm actually live right now on Twitter too. And what it does is it brings through all the comments of people that are watching live right now. And if you was to post, so if you have Periscope for Twitter and people are watching my live in Periscope and the comments come up, it will stream those through too. So it's a great tool, but it does take a lot of configuration, and it's called OBS software. And it streams out to all of my channels. It allows me to put these overlays on. It allows me to feature for example, if I put Catherine's up, it allows me to feature your comments up on screen. I love it. I think it's fantastic when you can bring it all through. So great tool to be using. What else have I got coming in on here? I have got so that's Gillian's question. How do you see people joining from Insta and Twitter? So Instagram though, Gillian, it doesn't allow you to stream straight to Instagram, which is hopefully Facebook are going to change that. I really do, because at the moment what I'm doing, I don't know if you've seen those makeup lights that you get with the round circles. I've got one of them, which is what's shining the light on me at the moment. And I've got a phone holder for it, and I'm putting my phone in there with my camera so I can then separately stream on Instagram while I'm live on Facebook, Twitter and YouTube as well. So hopefully that helps. Type in the comments if you would love to go live, if you would love to do more live videos. Type in the comments below if you would like to do more lives. It's so great to really engage with your audience. And for those of you that missed my webinar about a week or so ago, I did a webinar on engaging your audience via Facebook Live, or engage with your audience using Facebook Live. And I've got the recording. So if anyone wants the recording, please do make sure that you message me, or you type in the comments Facebook Live webinar recording, and I will send that over to you afterwards. Because I can give the recording to you for free, and it just goes over different aspects on how you go live, what you can go live about, and the different tools that you can use to go live. So that would really help you, Gillian, in terms of posting out there, if that makes sense, which is interesting. I've got other people coming in here on Twitter, and they're just sharing comments, but no questions at the moment, which is it's really interesting, because when I come off, people will be putting questions through my private message rather than on live, and I would love to hear more of your live questions. Instagram, I've got more people coming in, so welcome in. It's great to see you in here. I have only got about 5 minutes left on this Q&A, so if you do have any last minute questions, do put them in the comment box. I've got one more question to add from my list, but please do put your questions below. Catherine's put, I watched the webinar, but I'd love to watch it again. If you could send it to me, that would be amazing. Helen Shorten's put, I'd love the webinar recording. Oh, of course you can, that's fine. I've actually got 3 hours of social media content of webinar recordings that people can have for free. So I'll make sure that if you like it, please comment below. I'll send it across to you, of course. Liz Barlett says, I've got a question for you, Zoe. Yeah, put it in the question box. And Ultimate Ethan has got a question. And he's coming from Twitter. So welcome, Ethan. I don't think we've spoken before, but it's lovely for you to come in. Ethan's put, how would you recommend doing competitions while bearing in mind with the Facebook rules? Definitely, Ethan. It's one of the challenging ones. And I still see so many brands and companies breaching the Facebook rules. Before, so when we first started out on Facebook, you had to use a tool for Facebook competitions. Then they said you don't have to use the tool. And now you can use a tool if you like, or you can just do a competition live in Facebook, directly into Facebook. Now, it doesn't allow you to ask people to be tagged or share the post, or that they're only getting in the competition if you've got a like gate. I don't know if you remember the like gates ages ago, but like gates don't really work now. So you need to get around that tag option and that share option. So what I would suggest that you do, I've got, oh, hi Mark, hope you're okay. I've got more people coming in on Instagram. I'm live streaming here on a social media live clinic Q&A out on Twitter, YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, and Twitter, which is really good. So Ethan, just back to your question, how would you recommend doing competitions? It's about really getting as much engagement as you can. So what I would suggest that you do is ask people, number one is to get them to like your post, but also get them to actually comment on the post as well, because that's there's different stages in terms of if someone likes the post, that's okay. If someone comments, it gets you a little bit more reach, but if someone was to share it, that's where it gets even in front of even more people. If you can get them to comment, that'd be great. And if you can also say to them, mention someone that you might who might also be interested in this competition. You don't mention the tag word, that might be able to help you as well. Facebook are specifically looking for posts that do exceptionally well, and if they see that it's a competition with tag and sharing it, that's when they're going to take that down. Hopefully that helps. It'd be great to hear your feedback on that, Ethan. The person that just requested to join my live, just put in the comment on Instagram what you would love to talk about and what's your question. I'd love to hear from you. Facebook, Liz says, Facebook appear to be swapping over to Live Producer for lives. Have you used this? Is this the way they will all be going? Yes, Liz. So what's happening with Live Producer? I've got loads come through now, which is absolutely amazing. Keep them coming. So Liz, Live Producer, definitely the way forward. It's accessible through your Creator Studio. Before we could just go live when we click live on the desktop. Now you have to go through Creator Studio. It's giving you so many new features though, Liz. I really recommend you have a look at it. Reason being is it allows you to cross post, which means you can go to multiple pages. You can now post it into groups as well, all at one time. You can bring in some really quirky stuff by putting an intro in, which is what I did at the start of this video. I had sort of like a holding page. There's lots of things that you can do, and it's great. You can even take clips of your live video now and use those for different bits of content, which is super good. So they are going to be going forward with Live Producer. I don't know how it's going to pan out on the phone, but on the desktop, definitely, Live Producer is going to be the way forward. Catherine's put, I would be really interested in a webinar info on techniques on how to grow your audience organically on Insta and Facebook. Of course, yeah, I know that I've got one on my website, which is all about content planning, but I'll have a look and see if there's one on boosting. Catherine, you should check out my social media in a box, which is Start Social. If you go to socialmediainabox.co.uk, we've got the new online digital version of Social Media in a Box, which has got a whole portal, and there's a really great masterclass in there, which is boosting your online engagement, which will be perfect for you. Have a look at that. It's £97, but we are doing payment plans if you need assistance with that. I've got Sunny that has said, big shout out, Zoe, hope you're well, keep up the great work, amazing what you've created with your business. Oh, Sunny, that's so lovely to hear. Liz, it's also said, how do you stream onto the free platforms at once? Sorry, you've just shared this, I've just joined. That's okay, Liz. You can do it through your live producer now through Facebook, which allows you to do something called cross post. So when you're on your desktop and you click on you're going to update your status and you click go live, it takes you through to something called a creator studio where you can now go live there, and that will allow you to cross post to do multiple pages and groups, but the group has got to be owned by your Facebook page. It can't just be any group, which would be amazing, right? But it stops that spamming aspect, because I know that I wouldn't want people just randomly going live in my key groups. A really important one. But Live Producer now allows you to cross post, which is so great, because what I was saying the other day was I'd love to go live on my Zoe Cairns and my ZT social media at the same time, because I've got different audiences on there, and now it's allowed you to do that, which is fantastic. So hopefully that's helped and understand it. Ethan's from Twitter has put, thanks for the answer, Zoe. And the main point to take from that would be to ensure we say like and comment. Brilliant, love it. But not to share, not to say share or tag. Perfect, Ethan. It's great to meet you as well. Ethan, I do the lives every day. I went live yesterday at 3 and I'm live today at 12. But 3 o'clock was really busy. But I've found that people are really coming in now, which is fantastic. So please, if you are just coming into my live Q&A, do put in the comments below your questions. I've got lots of people listening in from Twitter and a few on Facebook as well. So I go live every day, Ethan, and what I'm going to be doing tomorrow, you'll see a post go out where you can actually click on it to get my schedule of my live Q&As and topics that I'm going to be sharing as well. If you're in on Instagram, welcome in. Hi, that just looked up, and Karen from Edinburgh Beauty just come in. I love having Karen in my community. She's always one of my massive fans, so welcome in. Let's have a look. What else have I got coming in? Catherine says, thank you, you're most welcome. Liz says, thank you, Zoe, as always. Have you done or would you run a webinar on creative producer? A really interesting question, Liz, because again, let me just show your question while I'm talking to you about this. Really interesting question, because it depends on what your goals and objectives are. And the reason why I say that is because if you're trying to build a list and you're trying to build a community of people, live streaming a webinar via Facebook directly when you haven't captured the people that want to engage with that webinar, is that you're just going to put that content out there. So what I've done, you'll notice that I spent the last 2 weeks doing many webinars and building an audience. This week I'm building up my audience organically via Facebook and the other platforms by directly going live and broadcasting into the platforms without that data capture, but I'm building rapport as such. And then next week I will be going back to the webinar scenario and the lives, but then I will then be delivering some online tutorials as well. So it just really depends on your goals. It's great if you want to initially build an audience, fantastic, but if you want to start building a list and nurture them and start generating revenue and really building a business around it, then I'd really think about your strategy and broadcasting that webinar via Creative Producer. I would use Zoom if you were going to go broadcast directly to Facebook. It works really well, and you can go live from Zoom to Facebook, your Facebook group or your Facebook page. Okay, I've got people coming in on Instagram. Hi, I'm doing a live Q&A. If you have got any questions, please do put them in the comment box below. And if you are just watching me via Facebook, Twitter and YouTube, please do put your comments in below. I'm more than happy to answer them. And I've only just got a few minutes left. So any last minute questions, anyone? Hi, Agna. Hope you're well. It's great to see you in here. Again, I've still got quite a few people tuning in. Great to see your comments. It's great to see people on Twitter as well, because I don't normally go live on there. I'm going to try and finish before 1, as we've got the lovely Paul Andrews from Business Bunker going to be on, which is what I always listen into. And tomorrow I've got Lunch and Learn with Roland at Dragon Co-working. They've created something called the Together Network, and I've got a Lunch and Learn with them. But I will be live at 3 o'clock tomorrow, answering your questions. And what's Liz says? Liz says, my question is, would you share with us about creative producer? Oh, Liz, yes, of course. I can always do. I will talk to Liz. I'm going to take your question and I will answer that on my live tomorrow. That will be great because I can go into some more detail about creative producer for you, and I will produce a little handout about it. I've got another question from Twitter. How important are videos compared to images on social media? Really important. Videos are especially on Facebook. I mean, I'm a Facebook geek. I love Facebook over the other platforms because it's where I started. It's where I've really built my audience and really built my engagement. But on Facebook, they love videos, and lives and videos are definitely where it's at. And the longer your live video, the better as well, because you get more people coming in, and Facebook see that you're trying to keep those people on that platform longer, which is why they show your lives to more people. But videos are really key, and there's lots of different platforms out there to create videos. If you don't want to be in front of the camera, if you do like being in front of the camera, check out InShot. If you don't, there's a great little tool called wave.video. Again, that's a fantastic tool to use for your videos, and you can create them different sizes to go across all of your social media platforms. So I'm coming up to near enough the end. I hope you've enjoyed this. If you have enjoyed it, do let me know in the comments below. If you do have someone that you feel would find this useful, again, please tag them into this video. That would be great, because I would be more than happy to make sure that I let them know about my lives in future, and I can invite them to like my pages. Also making sure that I am going live tomorrow at 3 o'clock. I would love to see you here. I'll be going live across all of the platforms again, where I will be sharing the answers to your questions. And I would just love in return, if you've got any social media questions, please message me, please put them in the comments below or DM me, and I will make sure I cover your question on the next Q&A. Hope you found this useful, and I look forward to seeing you all again soon. Ida said it's great to see some of this feedback. Ida said it's been fabulous. Thank you, Zoe. You're most welcome. Liz has put, I'll watch on catch up as I'm sharing a class on Zoom tomorrow. Yeah, do. And good luck with your Zoom, Liz. Ethan's put, let me just see if I can put, Ethan, thanks for the help. I've been to a couple of your conferences and enjoyed them. Oh, Ethan, great. So Ethan, I can't recognise you by your username. Oh, Ultimate Ethan HD. I don't recognise you by your username, but I'm going to go and check you out after this live and engage with you. So thank you for engaging in. I know that it's working over on Twitter by seeing this. And Gillian's put, thank you, Zoe, for the help. For all of you still in here, if you are looking for my 3 hours webinar recordings to download for free, please do put in the comments below webinar recordings, and I will make sure I send them to you. If you are looking for some extra help over the next few months, we've got a 12-month program called Start Social, and you go to social media in a box. So you can go, let me just put this in here, social media in a box, and I'll put the website as well, in a box.co.uk. It's only £99, and what it makes sure that it will do is it will help you in these uncertain times. We have a group of people where I go live with them every single week, and they can tell me about their challenges and their questions, and I give them ideas for their business and keep them accountable. You get a whole box of resources as well, and it's all digital format. You also get a whole library of videos, and you get my masterclasses in there as well. There's like 6 hours of masterclass material which you can access. You also have got the free recordings of the webinars that I've done recently in there too, and you've got a whole group of people to help you also if you need assistance in there. So if you have got any questions, again, do type them in the comments, and I look forward to going live tomorrow. So Take care, everyone, and I look forward to seeing you all soon.